Here, in line with the discussion we had concerning our preparedness of AFCON, we had agreed that this Friday we visit Hoima City Stadium and to look at other attendance training facilities which were working, including a visit to Kabalega International Airport. Why was we doing this? Is in line with the observations which my sister had raised on the floor of this parliament. It is unfortunate today, Madam Speaker, I host, as Uganda, the team of the Confederation of African Football, together with the Pamoja countries here in Kampala. The meeting started this morning up to now, but I had to excuse myself to come and pay my respect to our dear fallen sister. Friends, I have been here for some time. I am happy we are all here to show respect for our departed sister. But I'm happy our sisters left us with a flower, which is a living flower. We are good at coming here to make speeches. But what do we leave with our flower, which our sisters left us? It's my humble appeal, colleagues. In the 9th Parliament, we used to do it. In the 10th Parliament, we used to do it. In the 11th Parliament, we did it. Why don't we, if we truly believe in the love of our sister, contribute as members of Parliament to support the family of our departed colleague, particularly in the education of the daughter? It's my humble appeal, Madam Speaker, through you, that the Parliamentary Commission deducts a direct fee from each one of us, of the 529 members of Parliament, to contribute to the education of our late sister's daughter who is here. Madam Speaker, in my humble appeal, I would request that we deduct 500,000 from each of us members of Parliament's account to support the education of our dear sister. I'm bringing this, Madam Speaker, because as a sportswoman, the late gave her life to support and carry the flag of Parliament of Uganda in the sports fraternity in the East African community. And this has helped in widening, deepening, strengthening the East African Confederation. I beg to move, Right Honorable Speaker. I thank you so much.
Those who are against, please stand. No, I don't. I first want those who are against before I ask for a secondment. Those who are against, you know what I'm saying, honorable members. You know why I'm saying that those who are against should stand. When we ask for a deduction for Honorable Lanya, you are the same people who made the noise, saying that you were forced. Is the motion seconded? Seconded. Honorable Bua, Honorable by the whole House. I am putting a question that those in support of the deduction of 500,000 in favor of the education of Honorable late Nakimuli Hellen's daughter say aye, to the contrary nay. The ayes have it. Clerk should deduct the 500,000 from the 529 members. Chairman of the sports, chairman. Then I will come to the Minister Emeritus of Sports.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I stand to support the motion that has been moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, paying tribute to the late Hellen Nakimuli. Right Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Parliamentary Sports Club that I lead, I wish to extend our deepest condolences to you, Right Honourable Speaker, to the entire House and the family upon the loss of Honourable Nakimuli. Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Nakimuli has been one of the executive members of the Parliamentary Sports Club, and the Parliamentary Sports Club is the biggest and largest fraternity in Parliament. But Honourable Nakimuli has had the biggest influence in the sports club. Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Nakimuli plays all disciplines. In 2021, she came to the football pitch and wanted to train with us in football because she said she had played football in her early life. She went to tug of war and we advised her to concentrate elsewhere. She went to athletics, I recall. She's been very good at basketball, volleyball and netball. There's no doubt about it. And Right Honourable Speaker, when we are talking about the Parliament of Uganda winning accolades in the East Africa Interparliamentary Games, the Honourable Nakimuli has played a very big role in that achievement. And Right Honourable Speaker, we are here to testify to that achievement. These trophies that we are laying on the table today are here partly because of the immense contribution of the Honourable Nakimuli. Every year she has participated in a discipline. If it is volleyball, ladies volleyball, if we are not number one, we are number two. In basketball, if we are not number one, we are number two. In netball, if we are not number one, we are number two. And these are the trophies that reflect or attest that achievement. Right Honourable Speaker, I'm not so sure that the 12th Parliament will have a player as active and ambidextrous as the Honourable Nakimuli. Being able to play all disciplines, we will wait to see. But she has been a rare talent, and I think for us at that level, we are really very grateful for her contribution. Right Honourable Speaker, she has been very passionate about women football. And in our last meeting, she proposed that the parliamentary games should also have women football. She was very passionate about it. No wonder, I recall when Uganda hosted the CHAN, every game Uganda played, she was always in Nambole. Honourable Duru here knows, and the others, Honourable Kayemba Solo, with whom we've been watching these games, she was always there. In fact, she's among the few women MPs, if not the only one, who religiously attended those games in Nambole. So we shall always remember her for that. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, Honourable Nakimuli has been very passionate about health. The Right Honourable Prime Minister was talking about that aspect of it. When we were here and Parliament was urging government to recognize sickle cell disease as a public health concern, she was among the people who stood up to support that idea because she has been a sickle cell health activist in that right. So we will also remember her for that cause. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Nakimuli has been a decent person. Very decent, very disciplined, very social and very courteous. Those are not common traits, especially these days, where indecency and courteousness are the order of the day. We will continue to emulate those values if we want to make a very good contribution to our society. I wholly associate with the motion that was moved with the Honourable by Honorable Ogwang, and that has been very good poetic justice, because the Honorable Nakimuli has been supporting every initiative here in the Parliament, especially regarding contributions. So by us passing that motion, I think we have paid her back very well, and I want to thank the Honorable Gwang and the MPs for ensuring that we have consensus on that aspect. Right Honourable Speaker, the issue you raised of some people saying they were forced, we had an opportunity to discuss that issue here. As a matter of fact, it is colleagues who are not in the House at that time who later addressed the press and said we were forced. But the nature of parliamentary business is by collective responsibility. Whether you are around or not, first of all, we are all duty bound to be here. So if Parliament makes a resolution and you are not here, it's better you accept to be bound by that resolution. It is really very unfair for you to go outside on radio or TV and then claim that we were being compelled into these resolutions. I think it is important for us to have that respect. Finally, Honourable Speaker, I want to move that let it be a practice adopted by this House that if any of us is deceased, we agree that a deduction of 500,000 be made as a practice. I beg to move, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Honourable members, we cannot pass that because this parliament is not going to be the next parliament. We will have different cultures in different parliaments. Most of us are living, and the ones who will come may say that was a decision that you made at your time. So we cannot make a decision for the next parliament. Honourable Bua. Honourable members, let's be a little brief.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, my tribute submission will be restricted to Honourable Hellen Nakimuli, the sportswoman, because Honourable Hellen Nakimuli, the Member of Parliament, distinguished herself as a nationalist and a patriot in all her submissions on the floor. Madam Speaker, whereas she passed on as team captain of the Parliamentary Volleyball Club, I equally served for 10 consecutive years as the team captain for the Parliamentary Football Club, where we brought 9 trophies in the 10 years we only lost once. This morning, as the body arrived, I want to salute members of the Parliamentary Sports Club because we exhibited the highest degree of solidarity. And I was reminded of the wise words of the late Mandela on sports. He had this to say, sports has the power to change the world. Sports has the power to inspire. Sports has the power to unite the people. If there is something that united the late Honourable Hellen Nakimuli with members of the 11th Parliament is our multitasking in sports. Madam Speaker, in modern public administration, we emphasize multitasking, but also in modern sports, we emphasize utility players, and the late Honourable Nakimuli was a utility player. A club will buy you while knowing whereas you can play the wing, you can also play backwards, and you will be called a wing back. That is in football. The late Hellen Nakimuli, we are talking about her participation in different sporting disciplines. But I witnessed in one day, one person playing 3 different sports. In the morning, volleyball. In the afternoon, basketball. In the evening, netball. I want to really pay my last respect to her and describe her in sports as a star performer in all disciplines, as a utility player. I remember at one point, because for me my niche is in football, when the athletics was just introduced, Parliament of Uganda did not have a team for short relays. The coach had to draft myself, Honorable Dongauto, Honorable Ogwang, and Honorable Bagole to go for short relays. When we participated in short relays, the following day we were having a football competition. And the four of us were also partly utility in a way. That
UP, because those were mainly the first people when we got the information, the Right Honorable Speaker and the Leader of Opposition, who got in touch with the family and have been there throughout this journey. I've heard a lot has been said about the medical condition, the post-mortem and all that. I think I do request that we give it time, because I was personally there. I was among the first people at the hospital, Alexandria, and I moved with the body to Mulago. I was there during the entire post-mortem and saw everything. And the doctors, actually, there were about 6 or 7 of them, and they told us it was inconclusive. So they had to remove some of the small parts to take and do further tests in other laboratories. And they requested for time, that they need to be given more time, such that they can get...
Those results are also out. Those ones are also out.
The results?
The results.
All right, thank you.
There is only one result that is left.
Okay, thank you, Right Honorable. And we were all, of course, most of us, we were in shock, because I was in shock. I'd never been there, but I was there because I was in shock and I couldn't believe. But if the results are out, I think it's up to the family to maybe share with us if they do want to share. Let's not anticipate, let's not talk things that we do not have much knowledge about. Lastly, I do want to thank my colleague, Honorable Minister, for the motion, Minister Ogwang, because we've all been in the sports, Honorable Hamson Obua. We've been there, we've seen the contribution of Honorable Nakimuli in the sports. And I remember in the games in Arusha, when Honorable Obua, something happened during the...
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. From the onset, I want to state that I fully adopt the motion moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister and Leader of Government Business. I also strongly associate myself with the submissions of the Leader of the Opposition and the motion for amendment made by the Honorable Minister of Sport. Madam Speaker, when I was a member of the Local Government Accounts Committee in the 10th Parliament, I first saw Honorable Nakimuli when we met the delegation from Kalangala, who had appeared before us in Masaka. When she joined Parliament, I had the privilege of serving with her in the shadow cabinet, and many of her attributes have been mentioned here, which I fully agree with. Now, by way of paying tribute to her, I want to share a short story of what transpired between me and our dear friend outside this house, the Honorable Engineer Moses Magogo, invited me courteously to watch a game at Nambole. As a friend, the same invitation was extended to Honorable Hellen. So at the VIP lounge at Nambole, I was seated. There was Honorable Hamson Obua, Honorable Peter Ogwang, Honorable Nachiwala Chiinji, and one of the FOFA vice presidents. So a lady came into the VIP room. Honorable Nakimuli caught my head and said, "You are not allowed to look at her." And she ensured that I looked the other way. So at that point, I wanted to ask the Honorable Obua in Luo that we are not allowed to look at her, because I was afraid that Obua would look at that lady. The Honorable Ogwang Peter Ogwang was very busy. Let me make it short. So she had successfully managed to tease me. I'm not easy to be teased. But then I had to find a way. So I asked her, because I knew she loved photos. I told her this would be a very good opportunity for you to take a photo with that lady. And she said, okay, you come and take the photo. So I had the opportunity now to make eye contact with that lady. So in our honor, Madam Speaker, I would like to I didn't ask questions who she was, but this photo I took at Nambole that day. Honorable Bua was present, and Peter Ogwang was there. I don't know who this lady is, but I pray that the daughter who is up there can get inspired and also grow and be very courteous, very respectful like this lady. May her soul
Thank you.
rest in
Thank
peace.
you.
I lay.
Thank you. Honorable Balam Kasolo Wamala.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
We'll use 1 minute. 1 minute.
I would like to, first of all, begin with the gospel in the book of Psalms, chapter 11, verse 7. For the Lord is righteous, he loves justice, the upright will see his face. Honorable Hellen Nakimuli has been standing as a dedicated member of Parliament. The few interactions I've had with her here, constantly representing our people with commitment and purpose. She has been known for her integrity and accountability, actively participating in law making and continuing to prioritize the needs and interests of our constituents. She has been serving as a committed leader who focused on public service rather than personal gains, working closely with her community in Kalangala to promote development and improve lives of the poor people in Kalangala. Honorable Nakimuli was not transactional. I made several attempts to transact with her, to join NRM. She didn't allow, and I told her I will find more time to transact with her. So she wasn't transactional. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, and your family for paying our little girls' school fees up to Senior 4. Allow me convey heartfelt condolence from my colleagues and leaders of Patriotic League of Uganda, led by our chairman, General Kainerugawa Muhoozi, the CDF. And also, I will need to conclude with the book of John, chapter 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. Rest in peace, our sister, Honorable Nakimuli of National Unity Platform. Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, just Honorable Stella Isodo of Ngora, some time back she passed on. She left 5 children. They are not doing well. Last week I received a member of the family in my office to support her family. I want to appreciate the members, including me, who have allowed a deduction of 500. But if possible, we may consider to support Isodo's family because she was also a player. If possible, she's a member from FDC. She was a member of Parliament from FDC. I beg, Right Honourable Speaker, you allow, we deduct another 500 for Isodo's family as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, there is a contribution of 10 million shillings from the mighty NRM party. With a condolence letter signed by Right Honourable Richard Trodong. Thank you so much, NRM. Thank you. Honourable Kasolo.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, allow me to register my heartfelt and deepest condolences to you, Right Honourable Speaker, the August House, the leader of opposition, the people of Kalangala, Greater Masaka, and the entire Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, because of time, I want to inform this August House
that Honorable Nakimuli Hellen was all round. In fact, she was opposition, but you couldn't believe that she was indeed opposition. But she could stand on the principles of her party. Right Honorable Speaker, they are colleagues from opposition who really don't want to associate with ministers of government even when their people yearn for development. But Honorable Nakimuli couldn't do this. I remember a day when I went to Kalangala, I was received by Honorable Nakimuli and the Honorable Kabusu. We spent 2 days there, and indeed, I received their requests, and I worked on them. But their colleagues who have approached me, they say, "Can you give me this in private?" So Honorable Nakimuli was exceptional. Honorable Hellen was exceptional. However, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me also to ask for one important thing from the leader of opposition and my colleagues. Honorable Hellen deserves decent send-off. Tomorrow we are all ready to go to Luwelo. But this business of Ugandans trying to threaten the mourners from, yes, because I almost witnessed this in Kalangala Council yesterday when you attempted to stop the RDC to deliver his message.
Honorable members, this body is for Parliament of Uganda. Honorable members, I want us to give, Honorable Hellen a dignified send-off. Dignified. And that's why you see NUP is this side, NRM is this side, and we must respect our colleague. And I pray there is nothing that is going to happen. I am going to be there personally. I am going to bury Hellen personally. I am a Ugandan. This is our member of parliament. She's our property. She's our property. Honorable Wamala. And then I have Honorable Hassan.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to pay condolences
no, Zake, you're talking.
To pay condolences to one of our own. Right Honorable Speaker, for us in Kalangala, and I want to correct the impression which was created, that in Kalangala there were issues. For us in Kalangala, we are like one family. We are a small community, we know each other, and we are there for each other. I think the members of parliament who went to Kalangala yesterday, when they were giving tribute at the district, you saw this. The RDC was there, all the RDCs were there, the government was there, and nobody was harassed. And that's the spirit of Kalangala, and that's how we have been operating in Kalangala. Honorable Kabusu's here. We don't promote, yes, we may have differences in political opinions, but we don't hate each other. And that one, I want it to be corrected. Right Honorable Speaker, this young lady, the late, has been an asset to the islands, an asset to the communities there. She's a person who dedicated her life to serving her community. You'd find her
getting into those small canoes, risking her life for the sake of the community. One time, she had even an incident where her boat got stranded in the middle of the lake, and she was rescued by the RDC, who had to send the plugs for the engine because the boat had got a problem. But all that in the service of our people. She has been there to serve our people regardless of the political differences. She was young in politics, and for me, I used to call her my daughter because she would come to consult in my office. If NOP is finding that a problem, I don't know. And she's not the only one, Honorable Kabusu. Our problems in the islands affect all of us the same. So we work together as a team. She was beyond the political divide. For her, she was about service for our people. Transport was an issue she always emphasized to me. And I feel that I owe her, because the ferry for Chamuswa has not yet materialized, much as we have a ferry working in Chamuswa now. I would like to thank, I said yes, she's young, she has served one term, but for Kalangala, she has been a star for us, and we shall terribly miss her.
Thank
Madam
you.
Speaker, just to inform you, another problem has happened to us. I think you know the late Minister Azuba. She passed on yesterday. So we have another member who used to sit on this bench, whom we are going to bury on Saturday.
Sorry.
I want to end by confirming to the people of Kalangala that government has provided transport at a reduced rate. The ferry will stay in Chungu for the whole night in Bukasa, leave in the morning for Toboka, and then from Toboka it will come to Nachuogo at a reduced rate of 20,000 instead of the 40,000 which would be charged.
Thank you.
So the people of Kalangala should be able to come and escort their own. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
And God bless
Thank
her.
you.
And may her soul rest in peace.
Thank you. Remaining speakers, 1 minute. Zaki, you're going to speak after Hassan.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Slowly. Then Moses, the MP, will also speak.
Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, death has robbed us
I wish I was you. I would actually request the body to go to NUP early. But since we want to speak,
thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for that guidance. But Right Honorable Speaker, we all are aware that the Honorable Nakimuli Hellen has been part and parcel of our lives. And I would understand why each and every member would want to say something, because it is Nakimuli lying here. We all know her smile and how she touched all of us. So it would be understandable to know why each one of us would want to say something. However, Right Honorable Speaker, I also join my colleagues to condole with the immediate family and the extended family of the Honorable Nakimuli Hellen for this loss, and pray to God to accept her in heaven for the good she has given to us. Right Honorable Speaker, as we eulogize, the most pressing issue was the educational right of Honorable Nakimuli's daughter. And I want to categorically thank you and this August House for the steps you have taken to ensure that the daughter of Nakimuli Hellen attains her or the best education the mother would have wanted her to attain. We are all aware that paying school fees is one of the biggest issues of any parent. Now that it is handled, we have to thank you and this August House for that marriage. Right Honorable Speaker, death this death has hit all of us so hard, but I can imagine what the president of the National Unity Platform is going through in exile. People who are close to us.
Zake.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it's so sad that we are losing one of our own. Right Honorable, I was lucky that I was among the few, or many, that have been very, very close to the Honorable Nakimuli Hellen, the late now. When she was going for the operation, she actually sent me a message that, Honorable, pray for me. I'm in for an operation. Right Honorable, even the time that we are sending her off, I wish each one of us, we can always pray for her soul. I had the opportunity to be in Kalangala from Monday up to Tuesday. Right Honorable, the people of Kalangala have a lot of questions. And I'm lucky that at least we have received a response that some of those questions are going to be answered. How I wish these questions are answered as soon as possible, because the people of Kalangala believe that there is something wrong. And many of us, that's what we believe. We need those questions to be answered. We need to know how that operation was done, so that the people of Kalangala can send off their mama Kalangala, in the most benefiting way. Thank you, Right Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Zake. Honorable members, much as we may not be belonging to the same party, but some of us were more close to Hellen, very close. To an extent that even when she came to my village, we slept on the same bed. So it is our responsibility to make sure that we get to know what happened. What happened? Now, if you want more information, we even met with a doctor who operated Honorable Nakimuli today, to show you that we are following every step. We want to find out what happened. Even the pint of blood which was given to her, we have extracted it. We want to know, was it the right blood? Was it the right people who operated her? What happened? Was it an act of God? We are following up that. And we are not doing it ourselves alone. We are doing it together with the leader of opposition and the family. Honorable Sechkubo is there. Honorable Sechkubo will tell you we've not slept since the death of Honorable Nakimuli. We had our special bonding with her. Special. We have our group here, the group of Gumite, Team Gumite. We had our team here. Italy, that's another one in that team.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable. Right Honorable, on behalf of the people of Wakiso and on my own behalf, together with my family, allow me to convey our condolences to the people of Kalangala, to you and the Parliament of Uganda, and everyone, especially the family. Right Honorable, as the person you sent, Parliament sent to lead the team to Kalangala District, allow me to send their, allow me to convey their appreciation to Parliament of Uganda, and also to send their condolences. They made it clear in Council to Parliament. There are several requests they made, and through the right channels, the council resolutions will also be forwarded to Government of Uganda. Honorable Kabusu will attest to this and the entire team. Right, Honorable, as we witness the kind of transport we also request, let this be amongst the gifts we can give Nakimuli as she lies here. Let's improve transport in the islands. It's not these usual times we are here. The other one is different. The ferry leaves you and that's all. And finally, as she has been my captain in volleyball, allow me to say that it's high time we rethought sports in this country. It's part of their request also in Kalangala. That's let's establish a recreation center in Kalangala, but let's establish sports centers. They will groom many of the Nakimulis, and we shall see many in this country.
Moses.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I take note of the little time we have. To be brief, Madam Speaker, while we attended a council meeting where the district leadership paid tribute to Honorable Nakimuli, Madam Speaker, the district council and all the congregation requested me to thank you and the Honorable Thomas Taibwa for always giving Honorable Nakimuli an opportunity to speak. And she has been able, because of that opportunity, to speak and articulate issues affecting the islanders. Madam Speaker, they also asked me to request Parliament. And I'll maybe, Madam Speaker, by this time, request that I move a motion to amend the motion of the Prime Minister to include a prayer they requested. And Madam Speaker, this specifically touches a youth and a women's skills development center the Honorable Nakimuli herself had thought of to build for the community. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Nakimuli 2 years ago started a process of building a youth skilling center. Madam Speaker, many youth in our islands, because there have not been schools on the islands, young children have grown and have not had access to go to schools. So those young children are not employable. And the only way to make them useful in society was to establish a skills center. She had acquired a building plan approved, a storied building approved. She had also acquired land from Buganda Kingdom. And that project, she was very anxious if she was to live and serve the next term, that she would build that skilling center. So the council resolved, and Madam Speaker, I do report.
You will bring for us the council resolutions?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
And then we'll discuss the council resolutions.
Madam Speaker, finally, we also, as the leaders in Kalangala, there is a secondary school, a seed secondary school being built. It is called Ibubeke Seed Secondary School. It's on foundation level. We thought as leaders of Kalangala that since it has not gone into these the stages of how a secondary school, Madam Speaker, runs, that government accepts and that school be renamed Hellen Nakimuli Memorial Secondary School, Seed Secondary School.
Bring for us your resolutions and we'll act on your resolutions.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Honorable Mpuga.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me in a minute to convey my sympathies to Parliament, especially the Speaker, the family of Father Olsenby, very close to me. He visited me in the Lopu's office, then with her daughter in tow. We did exchange pleasantries and a lot of banter. I'm very sorry about the loss. Right Honorable Speaker, our sister was different, and she leaves lessons eternal to us. our corrosive politics needs reflection. That's why across the aisle, everyone would say, well, she was a leader. I remember in 2023, she came to me to request if she could to speak to the Prime Minister about a very serious matter in the constituency. I told her, there's no problem. The Prime Minister is not the problem. She's just overwhelmed. Go and speak to her about the problem. And I think they moved on well. So her amiable character should be able to give us some eternal education about how we relate with each other, even when we immensely disagree. And for our service to the islands, we thank you, Helen. And for those who are intend to join politics, Right Honourable Speaker, in a second, her journey to Parliament began from Masaka City. In a delegation she led from the islands to meet me at my humble residence in the city, because she wanted to run as a DP. So DP, I'm sorry, I denied her to come to you and told her to come to NUP, which I had not. In 1, 2 years, 3 years, she had made a point. And Helen, rest in eternity. You did your part. We'll follow suit. Those who left, Kalangala people, where you see something done, she was a humble voice, but a very audible voice. She didn't have to shout to make a point. That was very, very important.
Thank
rest
you.
in eternity, sister.
Mikade, Island people.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I do have a long time attachment with Honourable Helen. We went to the same A-level school where she was head girl and I was the Chief Justice. And that school had a students' court. So student cases were referred to the students' court. And that's at St. Augustine's College, Wakiso. But also, personally, I work with many MPs from fishing communities. But to be sincere, there are not so many MPs from fishing communities who understand fisheries issues like Nakimuli did. So as MPs from fishing community, we have indeed lost a voice. But I'm also happy. I've listened to the Right Honourable Prime Minister and the Vice President. They really understand what Honourable Helen and we MPs from fishing community always raise here. That's a good thing. Our prayer, the best way to send off Honourable Nakimuli is actually to actualize her prayers. And Honourable Speaker, I know you are going to be the Speaker of the next Parliament. My prayer is that I will move a motion specifically requesting the House to dedicate a sitting to debate the plight of outreach areas like islands, specific islands, because that is the only way how government and this Parliament can really understand. You have had the General Katumba Amara. You have to even subsidize people going for the burial. If you don't, they will not attend the burial. So the same thing applies to those going to health facilities.
True. So
my request is that when that time comes, you please accord us the opportunity. Honourable Helen, rate in peace.
Actually, we should take our next sitting to Kalangala so that we get to understand. Honourable Madam Teacher. Women League, I'm coming.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I associate myself to the kind words that have been made by colleagues who have spoken before me. I want to add just one thing. Madam Speaker, in Nakimuli, remote Kalangala ceased to be remote. Every time through her debate, we would think that Kalangala is just here in Kampala Central. She was agreeably the best this parliament could give Ugandans. And in her, we see what Uganda has in what we call the rural parts of this country. I want to thank Reverend Walusimbi and family, and I want to thank NUP, because through those two entities, sure.
Talk.
Madam Speaker, thank you. We have seen that we have so many able people in our villages. What remains is to give them opportunity to be seen. Lastly, Madam Speaker, our colleague here, whenever she will get a chance, she will contribute passionately about health. It's a bit absurd that she had been let down by the same system.
Thank you. We also want to thank the people who give her a chance to air out, because she wouldn't air out without.
I thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for being a kind speaker who has given opportunity to people like Honorable Nakimuli and me to be heard. Thank you very much. I wish you well.
The rosary. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, today, Honorable Hellen Nakimuli makes her final journey in Parliament. She has been very humbly, happily walking through these corridors, the lobby, and within this very house to debate most of the times. The last we saw her was on Wednesday last week. It is a pity that today she makes her final journey not to debate, but we are honoring her. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Madam Speaker, I am an OG of Honorable Hellen, our Lady of Good Counsel Gayaza. From senior 1 to senior 4, I was with this lady here. We were together. The sportsmanship you're all talking about was cultivated largely from our Lady of Good Counsel Gayaza. She was part of the pioneering teams of so many sports clubs we had in Our Lady. Team Molten, basketball, volleyball, badminton, basketball, and the rest. So today for me, I am lying in honor here. I am paying my respect to the woman that is lying here today in honor of the sisterhood that we have built across time. She has been a great fighter for women's rights. And as a chairperson, Women League in NUP, I really appreciate her efforts towards the people of Kalangala, the women and girls. She has contributed immensely to their gender issues, and I appreciate her so much. Hellen, as a friend, as a sister, as a mother, lying here today, we appreciate you for the service, cutting across political divides, across religious, political affiliations, but most importantly, for using your voice strongly to speak power, to speak truth to power. Thank you so much. May your voice always be a reminder that even the loudest of voices will at one point come to.
Chairperson, Catholic Chaplaincy.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Allow me to bring my condolence from the people of Amuru. Hellen, you no longer, in heaven, you will no longer have the title of honorable. You're a daughter of God. Madam Speaker, I want to say that on Sunday at 9:51, Hellen sent me a message because my mother was hospitalized, wishing my mother a quick recovery. When I reached Gulu, I received the news that Hellen had passed on. When I showed the message to my mom, she was really devastated. Hellen, I'm here to bring my greetings from my mom, who has been discharged from hospital yesterday. Thank you for praying for her, though I did not know that you were sick. Madam Speaker, today I woke up and I bumped I bumped into this documentary of a great saint who died at age 15, Saint Carlo Acutis. On October 12th, 2006, Father Macheleno, who gave him the last blessing, asked him whether he was afraid. This is what the 15-year-old boy said on his deathbed. Are you afraid of going home after a long journey? Are you afraid to meet somebody you love? That is how I see death with Jesus. I remember in one of the clips of Honorable Hellen, she even talked about death. She said we should not fear death. And I agree. To remember Hellen, apart from watching this one of Saint Carlo Acutis. Rest in peace, my sister, and continue to pray for this great country called Uganda that you sacrificed for. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kivalia.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, Hellen was a super brand, as evidenced from the speeches of today. Hellen's body is leaving this place to go to Nup offices, go to her home in Namungona, then tomorrow church and Ruwero. The rest of us could have speeches in all those areas. I move a motion that we close the debate for Hellen and have her body move decently to all those places.
Seconded. Honorable members, in respect of the party where Honorable Nakimuli was representing, we want the party to honor Honorable Nakimuli in their offices, and then the body goes home. Are you seconding the motion? Stand up if you're seconding. Seconded. I put a question that we close the debate and the body moves to the next destination. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. Let's have it. Thank you so much. Honorable members, I now put a question that the Parliament of Uganda pays glowing tribute to the late Honorable Nakimuli Hellen, the former district woman member of Parliament of Kalangala District and the Shadow Minister of Information and Communication Technology, with amendments from Honorable Ogwang. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it. We will extract the resolution and relay to the family. But one thing I can promise the family, that we will follow this case to the latter. To the latter. We will not continue burying people over anybody's negligence.
May we please rise up to receive the anthems. Please resume your seats.
Honorable members, before I adjourn the House, I will invoke Rule 26(1) and validate the order paper and allow the Minister, Honorable Bua, to lay on the paper the agenda that will form our appropriation this week. Agenda for financial year 2026-2027. Honorable Bua.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay on table under rules of procedure the agenda to the draft budget estimates for financial year 2026-2027. I beg to lay.
Please lay. Thank you. Honorable members, just for avoidance of doubt, I have had a section of people saying we are going to pass the protection of sovereignty bill today, tomorrow, or whichever day. We are going to give you sufficient time to do consultation. I have only put all the items that we must dispose in the order paper. The committee has not even started. And I want to assure you, all the stakeholders will be heard in that committee. I just want to allay your fears that we've smuggled in the item and it's going to be passed. It is all of you are going to be heard. I am adjourning I am going to see the body off. I am going to see the body off. I adjourn the House to tomorrow at 10.